Take a deep breath. Try not to think about death. The comedians are qualified. Your anxieties soon mollified. Strange times call for strange content, it's true. We present the Well, Well, Well show to you.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
Hey there. Well, welcome to the Grassroots Comedy DC Holidaze special. We're so delighted to have you here. I'm Dana.
And I'm Chris. And boy, we are just so excited to celebrate the holidays with all of you.
We are in our brand new igloo, and we are going to have so much fun being merry and bright with all these amazing and hilarious guests. I think my heart might grow at least 3 sizes today, let me tell you. And I'm just worried that the spirit's going to be so hot and bright, we might melt down this igloo. I'm concerned.
That's right. We are in a new igloo, everybody. We moved on from the yurt. Let's just say that making yurt rental payments these days has gotten a little tricky. We've learned some things, though, like apparently you can't pay for rent with vegan cooking tips, or energy that some landlords might say isn't tangible. Am I right?
Yeah, it's just like one person's off the grid is another person's, this is my land and you paid me and signed a lease to live here. You know, it's like people get so literal about these contracts and these kinds of things when we're just like, potato, like, why you got to make it so awkward? But I mean, we're enjoying the igloo. It's been a good change. And we got some kids to build it for us. We held an experiential character building workshop for youth that resulted in the building of this igloo. So that's been just fantastic. And even though it's chilly, we like it because it just helps us be present and mindful in this moment and be really in touch with our 2020 emotions, which are dark and cold and numb.
That's right, Dana. I don't even remember what my fingers or emotions felt like to begin with at this point. But hey, you know what? Speaking of being resilient, 2020 has made many of us wish that we had never been born.
Hey, Chris, you gonna finish that sentence here, buddy? Or
oh, wow, yeah, sorry about that. I just trailed off into a dark abyss of 2020 thoughts that lives in my head for a second. Okay, hold on a second. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, that's much better. All right. Anyway, I've decided to not let this year get me down, Dana. And I have been working on some New Year's resolutions to make sure that 2021 is a much better year for me.
That's such a good. Is that what you've been working on?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Chris. Would you share some of your resolutions to help inspire us?
Well, Dana, I didn't think you'd put me on the spot like that, but here we are. And you know what? Yeah, sure. While we're at it, why not? All right. So I figured for 2021, I would make some pretty low bar objectives be the guide here for resolution making. So number one is stay in the bathroom while I brush my teeth. Sometimes all the time, I just like to walk around. It's like, hey, maybe just stay in one place. Just stay put until that's done.
Someone shares an igloo with you, I'd appreciate that too, because we're just in a big old circle. So keep that in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It'll make you less crazy, maybe. Okay, the next one. Let's see. Use more chapstick. You know how I'm always saying, my lips are dry. More chapstick. Okay, next one. Buy a new supplement and pretend that I'm going to stick with it before stopping it after a month. Right?
Nice.
Yeah, let's just be real. Turn the subtitles on while watching a new Netflix series and count it as reading a book. I mean, reading is reading, right?
Yeah.
Right. Let's see. Also, know that it's the weekend without having to look at a calendar.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, I think so. And then last one, this one is actually written in all caps, all over the next page. Keep it together. Keep it together.
All right.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's
that's
where
some
I'm at right
inspiring stuff, Chris. I like those SMART goals about being as small as, staying in the bathroom for the toothbrushing or keeping it together as a human being. Those all sound like achievable goals that you could break down. So
Yeah.
that's amazing stuff. And speaking of amazing stuff and keeping it together, tonight we are partnering with an amazing nonprofit that helps thousands of people in the DC area do just that every year.
They sure do. We are excited and proud to be raising funds tonight for our good friends at Miriam's Kitchen.
So Miriam's Kitchen is amazing. They've been a trusted resource for individuals experiencing homelessness in DC since 1983. And of course, COVID-19's only expanded that need for services, and they're providing more meals, more groceries, access to bathrooms, personal protection equipment like masks and hand sanitizers, screenings for COVID, and general wellness checks. Your support is always needed for this amazing organization, and it's needed now more than ever to fuel their frontline response efforts.
Absolutely, Dana. But hey, guys, you don't have to take our word for it. Maybe let's check out a little video that highlights the meals, service, and community impact that Miriam's Kitchen provides right here in the nation's capital. Dana, take it away.
My name is Cheryl Bell. I'm the executive chef of Miriam's Kitchen. The work that we do here at Miriam's Kitchen is important to the community because we are reintegrating people who were always living here back into the community. Everybody has a time where they fall off the track, something happens, but we have a responsibility to help one another, build one another up, because without each other, we can't succeed. And to see the transformation of people and people being able to be housed, I just never get tired of it.
Yeah, that is just amazing stuff. Like, come on, folks, you got to donate. I mean, 'tis the season. If you haven't donated already, you got to give them money. Like, don't be a Scrooge at the beginning of A Christmas Carol. Be a Scrooge, spoiler alert, at the end of A Christmas Carol when he's learned the meaning of Christmas and love. Be that nice, cool Scrooge and give them some money right now. And also, is it just me, or does that food look delicious?
Oh, it's definitely not just you, Dana. It sure does. Way better than all the quinoa sandwiches here in the igloo. But hey, making that food and getting it out of the communities in need seems like no easy task, especially right now. That's why we'd like to send a special harmonious thank you to all of the Miriam's Kitchen frontline workers who have been serving our community every day during the pandemic. Dana and I have been practicing this duet of gratitude for weeks. Dana, are you ready?
Okay, like I'm nervous, but yes. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Are you sure? All right, here we go. I'm gonna count us down. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank
you, Miriam's Kitchen frontline workers.
This is pretty good.
That was just like we practiced.
Yeah, I'm really happy we practiced. That really paid off.
Yeah.
That was time well spent.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That did feel good. You know what else feels good, Dana? Comedy. Dana, what do you say we start this comedy show right about now?
I think that sounds fantastic. And, you know, you were having a little bit, had some resolutions. Some might have been hits, some might have been misses. I think that we know someone who has an amazing sense of how to set a New Year's resolution. That's a comedian we know and love. He's been on so many different things. Last Comic Standing, the Boston Comedy Festival. You can find him at robertmack.com. Definitely check him out. And here to inspire us as we look towards 2021, please enjoy the resolution musings of Robert Mack.
Hi, I'm Robert Mack from robertmack.com. The other day, I had an epiphany all by myself. No, not an epiphany. Cappuccino, all by myself. But the barista guy made it way too hot, and while it was cooling off, I had a life-changing moment of insight and inspiration, whatever that's called. And it was about New Year's resolutions. Every year, you make resolutions, and basically what you're saying to yourself is, oh, I'm not good at this, or I need to improve that, or I'm addicted to this other thing. You see how annoying you are? You're pointing out your own failures, and that's not healthy. So this year I decided I'm not going to come up with petty resolutions for myself. I've decided to come up with resolutions for others, because there are a lot of people who really need improvement, but they're too stupid to realize it. And here's the first one, all right? If you're a barista and you're working at a coffee place, when I come in, you should resolve to pay more attention and put your stupid phone down and get the order right. I didn't come to overhear a lame conversation about your new tattoo, okay, Inky? I came to get a double decaf butterscotch cappuccino, not hot, all right? Here's how it works. Good service, I put $1 in the tip jar. Bad service, I take $1 from the tip jar, all right? Here's another one. I wrote a bunch down. Parents who are too pushy with their kids. You need to resolve to be more positive, all right? I was having a quiet lunch by myself recently at a Chuck E. Cheese, and then a busload of students came in on a field trip where they were learning how they make obesity. And some of the parents were really pushing their kids, like helicopter parents, all right? Hey, not every kid is gonna be an A student, or a B student, or a C student, or a D student. Do you know what comes after F? GED. Okay, you need to be encouraging, not discouraging. And I know what I'm talking about, all right? I'm a motivational speaker and I'm really good. I speak to people and 5 minutes later, they're on their feet, motivated out of the building to do something better with their lives. Sometimes you're even running. That's how good I am. The longer people spend around me, the happier they are with their own lives. And I have the surveys that back that up. I motivate people to do good things, and I wean them off their bad habits. I'm a huge wiener. You can go online and Google up huge wiener and tell me what you see, okay? Probably moi. Here's another one, okay? There are so many people these days. I've been alive for my whole life, and I've never seen so many people get so sensitive about what other people might think about what they say. And I don't know if it's political correctness or what, but people are very, very uptight about race and nationality. You can't even order a Black Russian at our bar anymore, you know? Excuse me, I'd like a former Soviet Republic of African descent on the rocks, please. It's ridiculous. So everyone needs to resolve to be more open-minded, which is why I'm open-minded on both ends. One last one. If you are becoming president of like a country or something, resolve to show your taxes and your birth certificate and a mental health assessment, just as a formality to get it out of the way. That's it. Happy New Year, everybody.
Well, those were helpful.
That was helpful.
Yeah.
I just feel so bad for Robert that he can't order a drink safely. I worry about him.
Yeah, poor fella. I didn't realize he was having so much difficulty with Starbucks.
Yeah, That's rough, man. So,
Yeah.
man, our heart goes out to you, Robert Mack. You stay strong for the holiday season and beyond.
Yeah, man. Yeah, stay strong, dude. 2020 was a tough year for going to Starbucks. So yeah, hopefully Starbucks visits will get easier down the line.
Yeah. No, we're looking out for you.
Yeah, you're in a hurt.
Oh,
Oh,
who
was
did
that
that?
the
You
door?
know what? I bet I know who that is. I bet that's our friend Jelani Wills come to teach us about Kwanzaa, isn't it?
Hey, Jelani Wills, how are you, man?
Chris Black with that. How you guys doing? Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you. I'm gonna not answer that "how's it going" question because I've stopped doing that. But hey, thanks so much for being here.
Good to be
How are
here.
you doing?
I was good, man. Just living, the pandemic life,
Yeah.
Here to teach the people about Kwanzaa,
That's what's
What?
up.
You know what? I'm so happy you mentioned that because there's all this talk about Christmas and Hanukkah, and you don't hear enough. I certainly don't, at least, about Kwanzaa. And you know what? I'm dying to know. So, Jelani, could you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah.
Take it away, Jelani.
Love to.
Educate.
Take it away, man.
Thanks
We're
for
gonna
having me.
give you the floor.
I appreciate it. Oh, well, I'm really happy to be here, guys. And teach you guys about Kwanzaa. Maybe I'll do such a good job. Scarlett Johansson will play me in a movie one day telling you about it. Kwanzaa is an African American holiday. It's basically to help African Americans connect to their roots. And there's 7 principles that we practice that are to strengthen the family and the community. And I'm going to teach you all about them today. First, I will start off by saying Habari Gani, which is Swahili for "What's the news?" And you celebrate Kwanzaa, you would respond with today's principle, which is Nia. You would say Habari Gani, you would say Nia. And that's like, what's the news? Like Habari Gani. If you live in DC, it's like, what's the news? Like, fuck Mitch McConnell, that's the news. But today we're celebrating Kwanzaa. It's actually a really fun holiday. It's the 4th most popular African American holiday. It's behind Martin Luther King Day, Juneteenth, and Black Friday. You can look it up if you don't believe me. It's really cool. It's basically about a lot of principles based in the Swahili language. If you don't know what Swahili is, it's an African language that Disney is trying to buy. Yes, Hakuna Matata means don't worry about cultural appropriation for the rest of your days. They're trying to buy it. Look it up. It's a real thing. But it's a lot of stuff we're going to learn about. First, I'm going to tell you about some of the items that you might see in Kwanzaa. One of the items is first fruit. It means have a good harvest. So for me, I have my oranges and I have some fruit snacks and some emergency because that's part of our life now. Vitamins, really important thing. And then you would also have corn, which like represents fertility in your children. But my girlfriend has an IUD, so we don't have any corn. And then we would have a unity cup. I don't have one, but I have a nice little cocktail in this glass. So you would that's our unity cup. We would all pass that around and sip it. That's a good thing. And now that y'all know about that part, you know about the most important part, which is the Kanara. Yes, this is the Kanara. It holds the candles for Kwanzaa, similar to Menorah, but Kanara is the black one, so it's better. And we're going to go through the principles today. You write left to right. I'm sorry, right to left. So the first, you guys are a little bit behind. I won't blame you. The first principle we're going to do today is Ujamaa. Ujamaa means unity, right? Unity is really important. Unity is really important right now. But social distancing, unity was 6 feet. Okay, we can be united, but 6 feet away. We can't be that close, right? Right. Next principle we have is Kuji Shakalia. Kuji Shakalia means self-determination. Okay, I was determined to get home on time for this, and I think that's an important principle to practice in our daily life. Be self-determined. Next principle is the light itself is collective work and responsibility. Really important principle. Got to be collective when you're working. Got to be responsible in our communities. And the 4th principle is a really important principle. I think it's Ujamaa, which is cooperative economics. And that means helping each other in the Black community, supporting Black businesses. Some popular Black businesses you guys can support. Ben's Chili Bowl. There's another restaurant, Rooming Roosters, that's Black owned. And I'm a Black owned business. so you can support me. My Venmo is Jelani Wills, and it's Kwanzaa. So my Cash App is Gold Coast Comedy. Check that out. Today's principle actually is Nia, which is purpose. Okay, and my purpose here today, in general, is to make you laugh, and I hope I did that. Next principle. You see how they're all laying their stuff. It's really beautiful. It's the United thing. Next principle. We're skipping ahead because I don't know if y'all going to be here for the other 2 days of Kwanzaa. Next day would be Kumba, which is creativity. Brings me up to a really interesting point. Kwanzaa, like a lot of other holidays, it's not tied to a religion or anything. So you know what that means? It means it hasn't been commercialized. So I, with Kumba, want to be creative and tell you some ways that we could be creative with Kwanzaa and commercialize it. My first thought would be Kwanzaa Spice Latte. Really good idea, I think. All the ladies would like it. My next idea would be Kwanzaa cookies. Kwanzaa cookies, really popular, really popular. Thank you, Brandy. Brandy made some Kwanzaa cookies, really good, gluten and vegan free. And my next thing be, I'm working on a screenplay. It's called Miracle on Martin Luther King Boulevard, okay? So it's a work in progress, but it's a miracle that the construction has ended, but we're still working on it. That's a lot of stuff that I'm going to tell you about Kwanzaa. And on the last day of Kwanzaa, we all drink from the Unity Cup, and we say Harambe, which means let's pull together. It's not a gorilla that died. It's actually a Swahili word. So if you guys want to join me in a Harambe toast and say, let's pull together. Guys, my name has been Jelani Wills. Happy Kwanzaa, happy holidays. See you guys soon.
Harambe!
Harambe, Jelani. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for educating us.
Yeah.
And if you ever sell that Kwanzaa Starbucks Frappuccino, I'll be the first white lady in line. I got you.
Yeah. Get it before Disney does.
I'll put it on my Insta. My tag is an Insta, and I'll put it on his Insta. So that's going viral. You know how we are about our doggies.
You are.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jelani. Felt like I was in a religious studies class, but way more interesting.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. We got a dog. Oh, hello.
Kwanzaa from our family yard.
Wow. This is the greatest holiday in the world. That's my takeaway from this.
That's what I learned. Well, thanks so much, Jelani.
You're welcome. Thank y'all for having me.
Oh my God, it's wearing you guys, the dog's wearing a scarf. This is not a drill.
Not a drill. This is real.
This is real life right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
this dog is wearing a scarf, team.
Kente cloth. Yes, she is. She's the smart
Kente
dog.
cloth. Sorry, I'm so ignorant.
No worries. Thank you,
Jelani. Thank you for sharing your dog wearing a kente cloth with us. He looks just like Congress did. Remember how that also happened in 2020? That was wild.
It happened.
It did. Well, thanks so much, Jelani.
Yeah,
and have an excellent rest of Kwanzaa. Thank you.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we are lucky because we have so many wonderful holidays represented here today.
Yeah.
But one thing I know I love about the season is just all the music, all the Christmas jams, all the different holiday tunes. I really appreciate.
Absolutely, Dana. Yeah. It's the songs during the holiday season. It's really my favorite part of it, which leads us to our next segment. Really, we have a musical holiday greeting from one of my favorite comedians in the entire DC area and beyond. This guy, you've probably seen him somewhere because he's all over the place. You may have seen him at the Kennedy Center. You may have seen him at the DC Improv a bunch. You may have seen him on Fox, Sirius XM, and many other places. So with no further ado, let's get a little musical interlude, why don't we? From the very musical, let's say, among other things, Rame Mustafa.
Been a good night. It's been interesting over these couple of weeks during the quarantine, being trapped together, just me and you. But it's it's been really good. We've gotten to know each other at a whole new level, and that's been good. Been great. Tonight, you set up this date night. Got some nice wine flowing tonight. Almost feels normal. You look beautiful, Miss Chloe DiCioso. You look great. You're looking a little tired, a little sleepy. Maybe it's time we go off to bed. Why don't we do that? Here, come here. Let me give you one little smoocho right there on the forehead. We're making an effort not to exchange germs, but just right here, just right there. Okay. Good. Now go off to bed and scrub that spot real good, okay? Soap and water. I don't want to exchange any germs right now, so off to bed. What's that? Oh, you want to sing a song? Okay, well, I'm down. Look, you got a microphone and everything, so I'm good with that, babe. I didn't even know you were a singer, but, just any song you want to do, okay? I'll follow along. I'll do my best. Oh, this is... what a good choice. It's a duet. Yeah, okay. I'm down. Look at you. You got a caption there and everything.
I really can't stay.
Baby, there's Corona outside.
I've got to go away.
But baby, there's Corona outside.
This evening has been
Mandated by the government.
so very nice.
I'll hold your hand if you're sanitized.
My mother will start to worry.
Well, she's likely at an at-risk age.
My father will be pacing the
They need
floor.
anything from the store.
So really I'd better scurry.
Beautiful, why make me worry?
But maybe just a half a drink more.
Forget it's the end of the world.
The neighbors might think,
They can't even see us in here.
say, what's in this drink?
White wine. You bought the bottle.
I wish I knew
You have a slight
how
fever
to
now.
break the spell.
I'll take your temperature if you don't feel well.
I ought to say no,
Don't
no,
come
sir.
any closer.
At least I'm gonna say that I
They say fatigue's an early sign.
I really can't stay.
Baby, don't go out. Baby, there's Corona outside. You sound great, baby. You sound wonderful. Where's this music coming from?
I simply must go.
Baby, there's Corona outside.
The answer is no.
Baby, there's COVID outside.
Your welcome has been
I'm lucky that you dropped
so
in.
nice and warm.
Been watching an unhealthy amount of porn.
My sister will be suspicious.
Can't believe how crazy this is.
My brother will be there at the door.
I've got another Zoom meeting at
My
4.
maiden aunt's mind is vicious.
Been getting drunk before breakfast.
Maybe just a cigarette more.
You start smoking. That's disgusting.
I've gotta get
But
home.
maybe there's a disease out there.
Say, lend me a coat.
I don't think that's recommended given the current conditions.
You've really been great.
You should go wash our hands.
Don't you see?
Have not seen much since the quarantine.
There's bound to be talk tomorrow.
Say, do you have any weed I can borrow?
At least there will be plenty
If we get
implied.
Corona and die,
I really can't stay.
toilet paper is sold out. Baby, there's Corona. Baby, there's Corona outside. Oh, baby. All right. Oh, you disappeared. Good night, sweetie.
You know, Dana, that song sounds at least slightly less creepy and misogynistic when it's about COVID. Right?
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
at least
like-
a little bit.
Also, it's like we don't all care about violence against women, but we do all care about COVID. So that's a fun twist.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I didn't see that coming at all when people started talking about changing that song. Well, yeah, so keep it going, everybody. Keep it going for Rameh Mustafavi, all right, honor system, keep it going. And also Chloe Deloso, apparently. Yeah, keep it going for them. Yeah, that'll just warm you right up, that song.
Warms you right up. But you know, I was just thinking, as beautiful and transporting as that was, I'd like to take a real journey. We've been stuck in this igloo for so long. I wish that someone could improvise a journey for us in which they see things in the background, show us what they're seeing, and then talk us through it and teach us the meaning of the holidays. But I just don't think anyone would show up and do that.
That's so crazy you just said that, Dana. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Who's that? Is that? Oh my goodness.
Oh my, whoa, what do we have here? Whoa, it's Kaylin Chambers.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Hey.
Oh my
Hi.
goodness. This lady just did an internship, Smart, Funny, and Black comedy and producing internship with Issa Rae, in which all they did was talk about me and try to further my career, which was really cool of her. Did you mention that I'm really into the idea of the Kwanzaa Starbucks latte?
I did. Yeah. As soon as you said it, I immediately just honestly the whole Insecure cast. I did it immediately.
Thank you so much, because it's like, am I an Issa? Am I a Molly? I don't know. And everyone, I relate to everyone. The show's for me and my kind. Anyways, thank you so much for stopping in and joining us. Do you think you can give us that improvised journey that we so desire?
Oh, I sure can. I've been all over, and I'm here to bring that to you.
All right, well,
Fantastic.
thanks so much. All right, we're going to zone out and just hand it over to you. So,
Yeah, we're going to buckle up and get ready for this journey. Thanks, Kaylin.
Awesome. Yeah.
Take us away.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm having a bit of technical difficulties here. Oh, sorry about this. Let's see. Oh, for some reason, my journey is not loading.
That's a good metaphor for all of 2020. Sometimes your journey doesn't load, you know?
Yeah, I tell myself that every other day at least.
Yeah. Do you want to leave and come on back in?
Yeah, if I could get us.
This time.
Yes, I know. I just could take some time to just really fill it in and load it.
Okay. Well, so we're gonna move on, but you're open door. So you come on back as soon as you can, and we'll get a journeying away with you. So
Will do.
You got a little preview and some extra Kaylin time. But now we're gonna move on and talk about another holiday. That's one that's near and dear to my heart as a Jewish person, and that is Hanukkah. It's not a religiously important holiday, but it is a culturally and buying me presents important holiday, which some might argue makes it the most important holiday of all. And we are lucky to have two great videos that will educate you on Hanukkah and then explore a modern holiday Hanukkah miracle. And so this first one's by me, just my gift to you, for Hanukkah and the holiday season. And then you're going to see a special journey from the hilarious Monty Litwack. So please enjoy.
So gather round while I tell you the story of Hanukkah with about the same level of nuance and sophistication with which I first learned it in Hebrew school. So we're in Greece, it's a long time ago, And King Antiochus comes to power, and it turns out he's anti-us. He wants the Jews to stop being Jews. He messes up the temple. He's going to make it all Zeusy and shit. So the Maccabees are sexy Jew fighters, and they're like, no. So they fight Antiochus's people, also Maccabee means hammer, and they totally win. So they get to the temple, they're like, we got to get rid of these Zeuses and pigs. Okay, we got to purify this. Let's light this menorah. But oh man, there's only this tiny bit of oil. It's only going to last us 1 day, even though we need it to last 8 days. And a miracle happened. This oil lasts us 8 days until we can get more. And to remember that a little goes a long way, we annually eat a ton of fried foods with an excessive amount of oil and engage in consumerism each Hanukkah. So everyone knows that that was the last time the Jewish people had any conflict, and since then there's been no adversity. But you're probably thinking, well, what happened to the Greeks? Are they okay? Did they in any way create the stories and institutions that undergird modern democracy? I don't know. I mean, it's all Maccabee to me, but what happened with the Greeks, you know? And I feel a little bad that we beat them so bad that no one remembers them. So just kind of as, not an apology, but as like a shout out, I'm going to summarize the rise and fall of the Greek Empire now. So the Big Bang creates everything, including Greece, presumably. Then there's some dinosaurs, don't want to leave them out, gone too soon. Sparta happens, okay, sometime after that. Some time passes, there's not really a lot going on in Greece. Until in 1997, Hercules is released. Now this is a good movie. We're talking 84% on the tomato meter. It's not Little Mermaid, but we're kicking off the Disney Renaissance here, team. And while we're still hyped on Hercules, My Big Fat Greek Wedding comes out in 2002. Roger Ebert likes it. It's like the sleeper hit of 2002. Some context, at this time, Greek yogurt, extremely popular in the United States. So it really seems like the Greeks are on top to stay. But fast forward to 2016, it's Trump's America, and My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2 comes out with a devastating 27% on the tomato meter. The New York Times hates it. Rolling Stone calls it a big fat waste of time. More head than ha-ha, claims The Atlantic, and The Post doesn't even want to discuss the matter. Months after this movie comes out, Greek yogurt declines significantly. Check the date on this article. Less significant, but still worth mentioning, the Greek economy collapses right around this time. So that's the history of Greece and what happened. In conclusion, don't mess with Jewish people, because this could also happen to you. And may your light shine like a menorah.
Oh, everybody loves Christmas. Doorbell. Who can it be knocking at my door? Woo! Oh, fuck me. Damn it. A package for me? Rub me. How am I supposed to...
I'm simply dancing in my menorah.
Okay, this is interesting.
Hi, happy Hanukkah.
Who are you?
I'm your genie, bitch.
Oh, I see.
You get 8 wishes. Let's go.
I want to be Spider-Man.
8 small wishes. You know how this shit works. It's Hanukkah, bitch.
Can I be not bald?
Ooh, smaller than that.
Can I have some sardines?
Sardines? Okay, go off, Fish King.
Did somebody call for that Fish King?
Jesus?
Little baby Jesus, also known in Euro dance clubs as Infant Christ.
Wait, I haven't seen you in so long.
Listen, I don't mean to be rude, but you are ruining the Hanukkah vibe.
Hanukkah is a punishment from God so that little boys and girls can take a time out and think about being Jewish.
What is wrong with you?
Don't cross me or I'll bathe you in my blood.
I love this.
I want him gone.
Like, dead?
No, just like not here.
Once I've been summoned, I can't leave without a soul, especially one as supple and Jewish as yours.
He is upsetting.
Because I'm fucking rock and roll, dog.
Can I wish him away? I'll use a wish on him.
That's a lot for one wish. Jesus is pretty powerful.
What if I combined wishes?
It's never been done before, but I guess I could get rid of Jesus for like 5 wishes.
Okay, fine, do it.
Okay.
Wait. How many wishes to be Spider-Man?
All of them.
Jewish Spider-Man does whatever a Jewish spider can.
Bow down and worship my birth, Jewish Spider-Man. You don't stand a chance against Dr. Baby Jesus.
You know what, everybody? I want to tell you a little behind the scenes info. So when Dana and I were in this igloo here and putting the video together, Dana expressed a concern. She said, "Chris, do you think people will think my video is too weird?" And then I said, "Dana, if anyone does think that, they're not going to think that at all after watching the next video." So there is that. I certainly learned a lot about Hanukkah that I didn't know before.
I just like that we have the historical context up through the modern with a little baby Jesus in there so that the Christians didn't get too bored and feel like it didn't relate to them enough.
You gotta keep them engaged somehow. Yeah, gotta keep them engaged. Yeah, little ballsy to mention my big fat Greek wedding too right now, being the sensitive issue that it is around the holidays. But you know, people need to know.
I went there. I have to speak my truth, okay?
Yeah, speak it.
And another truth to speak is that apparently Kaylin is ready to take us on her journey.
Kaylin,
you ready, Kaylin?
Please don't tease us.
I'm not this time. I know I can be, but
you're bad. All right. Kaylin's improvised journey. Take it away.
Take it away.
I would like to welcome everyone to this lovely improvised journey. First, I want to start in the hills of the Appalachian Mountains, where we see a beautiful Christmas evening. I'm actually just off screen in this picture, drinking a little Jack Daniels, because wouldn't Santa all want us to take that in? I have my little pet puppy, Furlough. It's a family name. And we are just taking in the time that is Christmas. It's funny, he has a present under the tree, little Furlough. He's a chocolate lab. And the next morning I gave it to him. It was a little toy plush frog that squeaks, and he hated it. And that was unfortunate because I spent a lot of money on that frog. Okay, well, bygones be bygones. This is actually funny. I was like, I'm gonna do yoga, but I need like a really easy type of yoga. And so I saw like a beginner yoga class on Groupon, and I thought, you know what? Let me go ahead and do that. I walked in. It's a bunch of pregnant women. Fortunately, because of the holidays, a little Thanksgiving, a little Christmas, I fit right in. I had a belly. It was a food baby, you know, wrap it up, safe sex. But this was a lovely group of women. This up front, you'll see Gina. Right behind her, you'll see Tina. And right behind her, you'll see Faye. No relation. Their names rhymed. I thought it was weird. But it's really just about acceptance is what I came to learn with yoga. Previously, I tried a previous yoga, and it was the hot and sweaty kind. Not a good look, right? And it's not good. Okay, too much information. So my background is actually in construction. I build things. I know. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So this is me actually at Home Depot. I was taking a video of the guy kind of walking through, so I can have proof that I'm actually doing work. Proof to my parents, because they feel like I don't do anything, and that's fine. That's fine. I work. Clearly, I'm at Home Depot, and this is work. I'm picking out a few. I believe over there, it's the bleach that I'm going to use actually to redo my bathroom. It's a very beautiful bathroom, very elegant. Before I had Pepto-Bismol pink, and I felt like it was time for a little upgrade. And so I actually just changed to a very a very je ne sais quoi, like a lavender. It's quite beautiful. But here, this is actually in my backyard. I know it doesn't look like it, but it trust me, this is definitely my backyard. And I've befriended these 3 animals here. I named this one Jeffrey, the one in the middle here, Harry, and the other one William, after the Royals. They're running away now, but they like me. I just want you to be clear, they like me. I'm a fun person. I'm a fun person who definitely has a job. It's a good time. I actually give them food, and I had already given them the food, and we had hung out. And so they were just walking away because we were done at this point. I definitely did not want to hang out with them any longer. It was time to go. It was time for them to go to bed. Yeah, it's okay. So anyway, here is when I was still stargazing one beautiful night. I was a little worried because I was like, that doesn't look right. I didn't know if Elon Musk had been up to some things, but I wasn't worried because, hey, nobody else is panicking. It wasn't trending on Twitter. And honestly, if it's not happening on Twitter, it's not really happening. So I just decided to take a picture and really enjoy the view and look at all the purples and greens and see, hopefully, I can get some superpowers. Because fun fact, this was December 21st. Black people were supposed to get their superpowers that day. I did it. It's fine. I'm fine. It's fine. I'm not salty. I think it's, I'm not sure why. I don't know if there was a disconnect or something like that, but it's fine. And I just want to say farewell to you all. I'm a great person to hang out with who has a job. And I'm definitely Black. Happy Kwanzaa.
Well, those things definitely seem true. Yeah, thanks so much, Kaylin. Really appreciate that.
Thanks, Kaylin. I think the meaning of Christmas and Kwanzaa and Hanukkah is that Kaylin's a cool person and that animals want to hang out with her. That's what I learned.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, maybe ditch the job, Kaylin, and spend more time in nature. They seem to really like you.
Yeah.
And hey, you know what? Speaking about nature, this next guy who's already here with us, which is awesome. That's great. He's been spending a lot of time in nature, from my understanding. He lives much closer to it now. You may recognize him from being one of the original co-founders of Grassroots Comedy DC. So yeah, he left us sadly because he had children. You hear one excuse, you hear them all. But yeah, he's been busy. But he lives in Maine now and he's doing his thing. So anyway, he has a holiday message for us. I would love to hear that message. What do you got?
Hey guys. Yeah. Hi everyone. Yeah, Matt Dundas here, just with a few words of wellness as we close out the year. 2020 will forever go down as the year that I stopped judging other countries. I remember in the early 90s, Russia ran out of toilet paper, and I thought, that's never going to happen here. And then I heard about Ebola, and I thought, that's never going to happen here. And I recall when I was a boy, I saw The Exorcist, and I thought, that's never going to happen to the presidency. 2020 will also go down as the year that we only got 2 things right. We defeated Donald Trump, and we developed a COVID-19 vaccine. That's right. We tamed a horrible disease. And we cured COVID-19. So now that Trump is on the way out, let's take a quick look back at his presidency for the sake of our wellness. Let's look clear-eyed at some of the many unwritten norms that he shattered. For example, Trump was the first president in a long time not to have an official White House dog. He nominated one, but it was never Senate confirmed. So he had an acting White House dog. It was named Stephen Miller. And every day, Trump and Miller would practice their dog whistling together. And boy, it attracted many other dogs to Washington. Another norm he has broken from is that his hair has barely changed. Until he updated it in March, his hair hadn't changed in years. Some historians claim you can tell how hard a president worked by how much their hair changes. And Trump holds the record for the president whose hair changed the least from day one to the last. And of course, the president whose hair changed the most was John F. Kennedy. His hair was great at the beginning, but at the end, it was really bad. Anyway, Happy New Year. And farewell to Donald Trump and 2020. We hardly knew either of you, and yet we knew you both way, way better than we wanted to. And you'll both be remembered as cautionary tales about the dangers of overly rapid globalization. So please stay well, everyone, and don't eat each other. We're almost there. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. That's beautiful. And what a beautiful message. You guys, I just want to repeat that to make sure we all heard. Don't eat each other.
Yeah, don't.
We're almost there.
I wrote that down. Yeah,
Wow.
thanks, man.
A lot to think about. Thanks so much, Matt. Enjoy your kids or whatever.
Enjoy like nature or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, Matt Dundas, everybody. You can follow him on his website, mattcomedy.com, and check out his podcast. He runs a really awesome podcast. It's called Campaign Season. Like, honestly, check it out. It's really, really good. You can check it out on all your podcatchers. So do that. I feel like it's your turn to introduce the next performer.
Wow, what a smooth transition, Chris.
Thank you. We practiced all of this.
This, Chris, you could tell we really practiced.
Yeah.
I'm very excited because, you know, Matt got us thinking about the future and the past, and we're going to be looking at the future, revisiting the idea of New Year's resolutions with a comedian that I really love. She's been in the Benton Ball. She's performed at the DC Improv. She has all sorts of silly and awesome creative stuff. So please enjoy New Year, New You, and get some good advice here on looking forward with Elizabeth Norman.
Today we are getting ready for the new year by thinking a little bit about resolutions and goals. So every year a lot of us are like, okay, new year, new me. But it's super common to set goals that are unrealistic and therefore destined to fail. My hope for the new year is that we can try to do some things. The most popular New Year's resolution is to lose weight. This is actually a really amorphous idea that is hard to act on in a sustainable way, as well as stuff that plays into some really unhealthy ideas about our bodies and about our appearance. So I think a better thing to focus on in the new year is to be thinking about different ways to support your own health without punishing yourself for failing to live up to some really unrealistic standards. And actually, my friend Craig has some really good ideas about that too. Craig, do you have some ideas about ways that we can support our health in the new year?
Clean your ceiling fan. Clean it. It's just spinning covered in dust every day.
I feel like you're being a little aggressive here.
If you have more than one fan, it's probably also covered in dust.
Oh, okay.
Just makes me really upset.
That is a good idea. A little bit challenging. You've got to get a ladder out most of the time. Kind of gross, but once you get it done, you'll successfully have completed your goals, and it will be a lot healthier for you because there won't be dust raining down on you all day. These are some interesting things to think about. Thank you, Craig. Oh, hi.
Hi, I'm Zoe.
Hi, Zoe.
I'm in second grade.
Wow, that's so great, Zoe.
And I'm a Catholic, so that's hard too because I sin. So my New Year's resolution is to be pure of heart and to sin. Well, when I sin, it's to go to confession. Confession's really fun because it's just you and the priest. And you tell the priest everything you've ever done wrong in this life. And as a second grader, well, sometimes it's hard because, well, sometimes I don't think I did anything wrong. But then I have to think and figure out why God's ashamed of me.
That sounds like it could be really intense, but it does sound like you know some steps to work on the goal that you have.
I do. I have to find my sins, confess them, and then do acts of contrition.
Wow, okay. Do you have any other goals for the new year?
Well, I've got just one, to do a perfect Australian accent. So then I can pray to God in an Australian accent.
Wow. And how are you going to achieve that goal?
I'll work a little bit every day trying to sound Australian.
Thank you for sharing your goals with us.
Thank you. I hope someday God can love me. Bye.
Bye, Zoe. So as we're thinking about setting achievable goals, we need to remember that it's important to have a goal that has steps that you can check in on, milestones that you can accomplish that can help you to build the confidence to finish out and totally complete your bigger. So if you have a goal that has a lot of small steps, that's a great way to keep motivated and stay motivated to finish the things that you want to do. The last thing that I think we should think about is goals for being able to help ourselves and being able to help other people. My last friend, Chandler, has some recommendations for that as well.
You could go to therapy.
Oh, that's a really interesting idea, going to therapy. What about if people don't have enough money to go to therapy? What if they don't have insurance that covers that?
A lot of therapists have a sliding scale, so you could find someone in your budget.
I started going to therapy and I thought I was doing pretty well. And then I found out that I have multiple diagnoses. Apparently, it is not normal to cry as much as I was crying. I hope you have a really nice new year. Thanks. Priests are not therapists.
Wow, that was inspiring stuff. And the only thing I'm going to disagree with you on there is that your therapist said you're crying too much. You can't cry too much in 2020. Are you kidding me? Can you imagine being caught not crying in 2020? That'd be embarrassing.
No one would want that. That's no thanks. Not for me. No.
No, crying?
Yeah, you know what happens whenever I see someone not crying on the street? I think racist. Am I right?
That checks out. I mean, they're definitely hiding something because it doesn't make any sense.
What do you know that we don't know? Speak up, right? Yeah, I'm going to call the police.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So amazing stuff. And you know, crying's part of the human experience, but so is laughter. I wish that someone could be here with an amazing, iconic laugh who would teach us. Oh, who could that be? Oh my goodness! I hope that it's Haywood Turnip Seed Jr.
Is it? Oh, what are the odds?
Oh my goodness!
Laugher in the here with us right now. Wow, this is mind blowing. This is fantastic.
I just happen to be in the virtual neighborhood.
Well, cool, man. Thanks for stopping by. That's awesome.
This is amazing. I happen to be in the virtual neighborhood, and I was looking through your virtual window and started watching the show. And then I heard Dana say, "Hey, what if we had someone here to help with laughter?" And I was like, "It could be me."
Yeah. I have the best laugh in the world. That's totally me.
Maybe next time I'll be like, maybe someone could help with ending coronavirus, and we could see like maybe who else shows up next time. Did I use mine already?
Maybe Maddie will help us with some wishes.
There it is. It's our wow.
Yeah. Well, I really thank you guys for thinking that it's that good. My family does not think it's a good laugh at all. They hear it quite often, and they're like, "Come on, really? Is everything that funny?" I'm like, "No, that's that's
you know that they are comedians because we will never question when someone laughs at something we say. We're like, "Thank you, I am very funny."
Thank you
right?
so much.
Right? Most people love it.
Yeah, well, I think your family's taking you for granted apparently, and that's a shame. And I will gladly replace them.
And we are your meat family.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
It's
You guys are
impossible
part
for
of
you
my.
guys to hear that. You can't be sad and listen to that laugh at the same time.
This is awesome. You guys are part of my human family. Thank you guys for hanging out. This is what we are. So we're in this time, and it's at the end of the year, right? It's not the end of days, because that would be the actual apocalypse. Although this has kind of been very, the original the word apocalypse really means revealing. So 2020, if nothing else, has been revealed.
Can't argue with that. I've seen a lot.
Hey, should I mention, would you like some company, Haywood? We have some other comics who are still on standby, and if you'd like some company.
Yes, yes.
Other comics, if you're listening, if you're paying attention, come on out. Come on out of the there.
Hey, Kaylin.
Okay.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Kaylin. Hey, guys. Thanks for sticking around. Anyone else?
This is the part where we all kind of like get back together around the piano and we pretend. I wish I do actually have a piano. I should have just run the piano. But it's kind of weird to do a laugh meditation in front of the piano. I'll just have to like that. Jelani. Barigani.
Hey, bro.
Hey, what's happening, man? I love Jelani said he had like the dashiki, he had the doll, he had the white woman. I was like, hey, Merry Christmas. Living the dream, living the dream. I did not, it was hilarious. And this is why I love being with, I miss this part of comedy. I miss this part of our camaraderie. I miss this part of our human connection. We've been doing a lot of virtual shows. Well has been doing great. And thank you guys for keeping comedy alive in the virtual space. I thank you guys for actually having me in your virtual space. This is great. Kayla, how do you feel? How do you feel?
I feel great.
I'm glad you did that move because you got those lasers behind you. Rest in peace, ozone. That's all I kept thinking about.
It knows what it did.
And Matt Dundas, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing, Haywood?
How you doing, brother? How's the family, man?
Yeah, they're good. They're okay.
He said, I feel.
It's like your laugh. I get too much of them.
Yeah, I know. At this time, it's like we know. How do I want to say this? And I want to say it very carefully so that the second half of coronavirus is as good as the first half. My wife was already asked if we could change partners. Let's just be honest. She was like, can we do contract renegotiations? Is it possible for me to get Colin Kaepernick? I was like, I don't know. Really? She's like, I like a revolutionary, but I want a revolutionary that makes money.
I don't blame her for that.
To which I said, I've been trying to get you to take a knee for years. If that's all it took, I would have. Hey-oh, waggle.
Is that the kind of humor that your family doesn't appreciate? I can't imagine.
Well, that's the kind my wife does not appreciate because she's like, are you doing that live? Like right now she's in the background, like, really? This is what you do on stage when I'm not around? I'm like, but people still can't see you, so it's okay. Like nobody knows she's Mrs. Turnipseed until she's like, hey, I'm Mrs. Turnipseed. Other than that, she's an audience member who's like either really digging it or like, So, I mean, this is so we're here. This is the part of the show where I should say my appearance. You guys were talking about the laugh, and we do a laugh meditation. And the last few appearances I was on, we did a laugh meditation. I really have been doing that. Laughter is the best medicine to me. You know, it's been keeping me, especially now doing comedy, because our job when this is all over and everyone is vaccinated or inebriated, whichever one they are at the time, our job is to get them to expel. So we're not the frontline workers, but we are the second line workers. You know, we are like right behind. Like once everybody gets okay, it's like, okay, please keep your mask on. Like I did a show recently and I was like, it doesn't matter if you don't laugh because it's really a TED Talk. I don't care. Unless people were taking temperatures at the door, I don't care if this is funny or not. I'm not a comedian today, I'm an artist. And that's it's all very entertaining. Hopefully you guys enjoy yourselves, which is what I have to say about 2020. A good friend of mine put it into perspective. They were like, at the very least, it's entertaining. The only thing that's missing is the meteor. like if you wrote a meteor into the script, Hollywood would be like, hey, right now you're doing pause. Do we need an actual meteor? Can it not just be a comet that bypasses? But if us here, we're here, a lot of stuff has bypassed us. Some of it has hit us. There are things that we can laugh about that are hilarious, and then there are things that we have to talk about that aren't so funny. Like, let's be honest, coronavirus, COVID-19 that's not a funny subject. But having to wear a mask in public can be quite hilarious. I feel like I'm going to Comic-Con every time I step outside the door. I'm a new superhero every week. Which is awesome, it's like, hey, we're all like lone rangers, right? Or lone strangers, right? Because somebody actually helped me, but they had a mask on. I was like, who was that mask? That masked person? Because now we have to be gender neutral. So who was that masked individual? But that joke ain't that funny yet. So this is why we laugh at things that we talk about things that ain't funny, right? So we have I have usually when you do a mantra. I go by the alignments of the chakras, or there's 7. Jelani was speaking about the 7 candles and the 7 days of Kwanzaa, the 7 principles. There's 7 days. There's 7 symbols. Hanukkah was it 8 days actually? It's 8 days in Hanukkah. Yep. Christmas is 1 day. None of this actually equals 7, but I said that to say chakras in the body. There's 7 chakras in the body. So when they teach meditations, they teach that you want to really kind of align your energies. Let's just call that what it is. Doc Strange was talking about all of this. So when I do my life meditations, I have my 7 chakras right now, my 7 thoughts of 2020. So my 7 thoughts of 2020 that I go with are like, we have masks, coronavirus, stimulus checks, Tiger King. I mean, really, I was like, is this your king? Really? This Tiger King. You have Tiger King, and then you have streaming services in general. Like, I have cleaned out my streaming services more than I clean out the gutters. It's been, Matt, you know what I mean? Like, as part of home ownership, you're like, oh, wow, I got to clean up. But I've had to clean out my digital stuff more than I've had to clean out my actual physical stuff. Chris, you know what I'm talking about now. You got a yard and all that good jazz. Kaylin, you have lasers,
I got my lasers frequently. You
got to make sure that you got smoke so that people can see the lasers, right?
Yeah.
So we have masks, coronavirus, stimulus checks, Tiger King, streaming services, movie theaters, because streaming services are really cool now. You can't go, hey, come on in. He says, just say hi. This is my son. He wants to say hi. But we watch Wonder Woman, right? So we have streaming services, movie theaters. We don't go to movies anymore. Movies come to us. And murder hornets. These are the 7 things of 2020 that I like to sit and reflect upon when I'm doing my laugh meditations. So thank you guys for being generous with your time. And right now we want to just go ahead and think about those things. And laugh together as we wave goodbye to 2020, because hindsight is 2020, and we say hello to 2021. Somebody put that into perspective, because they said 2021 really is 2021. And now what we will do is go on. Those are the things I think about as I prepare for my laugh meditation. Every morning I do these things and think about these things, which is why my family's like, you're too loud, Dad. I put my hands on my belly. So everyone, if you would, please put your hands on your belly and grab your midsection. And then you just take some air in and you let it out. You take 2020 in. And then you let it all out. Like, really? 2020, white supremacists, you thought so?
Wow.
And then you go like,
does the laughter have to be real, or can we just force
it can be as real as you want it to be. I promise you. If you start off with a it's hard not to get to a see holiday.
I feel like we just smoked a virtual split among the six.
And that is the magic of the internet.
Got nothing on you. Well, thanks so much, Haywood.
Thanks, man. Thanks, Haywood.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me.
As well.
Hey, this is fun. We've been jolly AF.
That's what's up. Well, thanks so much, Haywood, and other comics for joining us. We just have one more quick video, and then we'll say goodbye. But we can all do a little wave out. Thanks so much. Thanks, Haywood.
Thank you. Thanks, Dana. Thanks, Chris.
Kaylin, Jelani. See y'all later.
Bye-bye.
I hope that you're still laughing loud and proud with Haywood. We have just one more quick little video because we like to give this guy our last word. Really goes along with what we've been talking about, just thinking through letting 2020 go, manifesting a magical and wonderful 2021. And so, taking us out, and then we'll just come back and give you a little goodbye in just a second. Please enjoy the moving message of Oogie Boogie.
Enjoy it. It's a powerful one. That's just so inspirational. Man, I love how radical he's become, but I love that as he grows more and more radical, he keeps a positive eye on things. It's a positive outlook. What do you think was going through his head in that final shot, Dana?
I just think so much. He's definitely extremely smart and intellectual. So it's really hard to narrow it down. But I just want to live his example and manifest that positive energy and be the change, do those laughs. So that's our holiday special. We had so much fun putting it together. Thanks so much for all the comedians who joined us live, folks who submitted videos. We know that even a silly short video can take a long time to put together. For Oogie Boogie for sharing his wisdom with us. And of course to Miriam's Kitchen for being amazing all year round, for partnering with us and for their great work. They're working almost as hard as we did on getting kids to build this igloo. So that is inspiring stuff. So we hope to be back in 2021 with more well. And of course, check out Grassroots Comedy's website for more, hopefully live shows soon. But we love that we can connect with you all virtually. And so we'll see you next year. So stay safe and well. And thanks for stopping by. And it's not too late to donate. So if you haven't donated yet, no.
We're watching you. Santa sees everything.
Santa sees all. And he's like, whoa, even if you don't celebrate Christmas, do you want to be on his naughty list? I don't. Okay. So Get in there, donate. You can still donate at the link.
Donate at the link. Follow Grassroots Comedy on Facebook and elsewhere on social media. And subscribe to our YouTube channel that you are watching this through. Just hit the button. What else are you going to do with your time? Hit the button. It's fine. Think of all the other crap that you watch every day. Just subscribe. It's going to be worth it.
Hit the button. Hit it. Do it. All right. Well, thanks so much for stopping by. We'll see you next time. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Bye-bye.